Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Today I thought I'd share a video on Solitary and what happens if you go outside of the map with either the Seraph or the Saber and just do some looking around. So I thought this was really cool. I got Forge up here and I haven't explored it yet, but I thought I would do that just to see what is outside of this map, and I think it's exciting given that every time I play Infection, I'm always so interested to see what's beyond what they show you on that little intro window before the game starts. So to start this off, Solitary is actually a pretty small map. In fact, there's really not much you can do on it other than just go up a few levels and shoot a few players within mid-range combat. But so what I did differently was outside of here, I don't know if I can go out this way. Oh wow, I can. So this is amazing. This is... I'm so speechless. Look at how big this map is. I'm absolutely in love with this. Wow, can I actually stand right here? Look at this. There's so much detail put into this map. So, in case you're wondering why I wanted to showcase it, oh, I just go right through that. Hopefully it makes a little more sense now, because this is really cool. So, I guess if I go over here, I'll be able to see another one of these. I'm not quite sure, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so it looks like it's a near exact copy of this, but if you look more carefully, there really isn't much detail put into any of these at all. Okay, so you can just go right through them, because it wouldn't really make sense for them to be an entire duplicated map like that. Save and optimize whatever you need to do. There's a few of them. There's a whole bunch of them actually, and like I said, I'm not sure how large this map is here, but I'm going pretty dang far. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and now go to the very bottom of this map just to see what it's like. I really hope I don't hit any barriers as I'm falling. Okay, no, none so far. Okay, so you go straight through the floor. I don't see why there would be any collision anyways. Look at how big this is. So, in case I didn't already say, I did remove the barriers so you can explore as much as you want. And so far, it looks like there's no BSP barriers. And so what those are is they're just solid barriers you cannot pass. They are not related to the kill barriers or the 10-second delay barrier that kills you. It is a simple solid barrier that you cannot pass, and every map has a different radius or a different distance you can go before you hit it. And this map, on the other hand, seems to go pretty far. So I'm not quite sure how far. In fact, so I'm gonna go down here. I've actually hit the very bottom of it. Let's see if I can do it again. And there we go. So that's the bottom of the map right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get my Saber. Look at that, it did import. So I tag injected the Saber and the Seraph, which I hope the Seraph doesn't freeze. Okay, look at that. And I will start with the Saber first, and wow, I guess just hope I don't hit any barriers as I'm exploring. So I have to say a few things. First of all, this map is absolutely beautiful. If you guys don't already know, snow is like my theme for Halo. I really like snow. In fact, if you've already seen my Snow Slayer map, it should be obvious enough. So besides how far you can go on this map, I will go down to the bottom one more time just so you can see how much detail is actually put into the geometry on the level surface. So despite going through it, like I just did, I really like how much detail there really is, even if you're far away and up close to it. I think it looks amazing either way, and it looks like a little trench right here, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I absolutely am in love with this. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. This map generally looks like a real world map of I don't know, maybe Iceland or Antarctica, whatever it is. If you go further on the map here, there is some spikes, so you can see that maybe their algorithms weren't perfect for matching some height mapping that they did when they did the modeling. And I have not hit any of the barriers yet, so let's see. So where did I come from? I think I came from over there. So you can already see I'm pretty far on this map and I still haven't hit any barriers. So one other thing to note is in this tag injection, none of my missiles or my guns have sound because they were different from the map already, and some of the modding community has some trouble importing sound because it's not actually part of the manifest in the level. It's part of a separate file in the game. So it looks like I have already made it to the end here. There really isn't. Oh, that made me jump a little. I'm not gonna lie. So I've hit the barrier. I have hit the end of the world. And what do I have to say? This was absolutely amazing. This map in itself and outside of itself is huge. Alright, and just like I did with the saber, I'm gonna go ahead and try the seraph now. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 different thing of these. So I don't know what they are. I don't really know what the solitary the theme is here, where this actually came from in the Reach story. But they look like little little power stations, maybe something that generates based off the wind. And this planet itself probably is Reach. Stars placed around the map that you can see, like that looks like a supernova. I'm not really sure really what it's all about. And look at that. So it seems I have already hit the top of this map. So the top of the map isn't very big, or at least maybe I'm not seeing that it's very big, but the way that this compares to Forge World, I would say that Forge World is way bigger. And that goes from top to bottom, but from side to side, I'd say that this map is pretty big too. When I was exploring with the saber, I actually paused the video and I was flying really far that way. So you can already kind of see that there is a lot to this. Guys, this looks like a movie. This is really cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, out of any Halo map, I think this has near to the most detail I've seen outside of a map versus Forge World, versus Unearthed, or Installation 01. This is definitely a pretty big and detailed map. Alright, so just so I don't jump scare myself with hitting the edge of the map, I'm gonna be firing these quad cannons just to see how much further I can go before I hit a wall. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but if this planet that I'm on right now isn't actually Reach, maybe it's that one over there, just because of the red tinge on it. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I really don't know the origin of Solitary or really why it's here. I think it may actually be a Covenant prison, based off why the actual map file in the game is named that. And so, okay, look at what we have here. So this is the end of the map. And you can tell that when I was way over here and I had gone this far, I really couldn't see that this was the end of the map. I thought there was so much more to it. So the devs did a pretty good job. I really like how Bungie put this together. And over here, this is just a static image. There's really there's no detail on this, and I've actually just hit the edge of the map here too, so that's great. I think it's interesting how they got a little texture to spin, like right here. I'll go out of it and come back. So from far away, this would look like very much like the same thing that you see nearby, but up close, it's it's actually not. It's just an image. It fooled me. One thing I'd be very grateful for, even though it would cause quite some lag, would be to see some collision on these mountains. And in case you're wondering why, if I could get a warthog or a mongoose and make it go really fast, and maybe one of those little spade trucks, it'd be really cool to just do a bunch of donuts on these mountains. Or if you're in Forge or somebody makes another mod map, you know, it'd be really, really neat to have like a base and have like a Star Wars battle of some kind, because I really like the detail on this. I love so much about it. I'm really glad that I could showcase this. Okay guys, so one quick thing here, really neat, fast little thing I found is this little ridge line that goes across this this little peak over here. And it goes pretty far, so I'm really not sure why this was height mapped this way, or why the geometry came out as it did, but if you just take a look here, it seems really well detailed, almost like they wanted to do something with it, but they never got to. This almost makes me wonder if it came from an original campaign map, like maybe Sword Base, but perhaps it's just a copied model that they put a lot of effort on, and maybe it had some original intention, but just never really got used. And I think the biggest ridge that I've actually found, it almost looks like a trench that you'd find in an ocean, but it looks like these two canyons right here were brought together as one, and yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of cheapness right there, so they just slapped two models together. But despite all of it, this looks so realistic and amazing. Alright guys, so yeah, tell me what you think of this. This has been my one of out of the map videos that I've done, and it's been quite a while since I've done one actually. I think maybe around 2018. But yeah, it's been quite a while since I've actually showcased what's outside of the map. I'll do a few more, like Reflection, maybe a couple more of the DLC maps. But tell me what you guys think of this map in particular, because it's really well detailed, and I was not expecting anywhere near that I'd be able to go that far out of this map and see that there's still some detail in it. So yeah, I think that wraps this up. If you guys have any questions, I will answer them, and I do have more plans for AI battles down the road, so if you want to go ahead and give me some suggestions, I'll go ahead and do that. So yeah guys, I have been and still am xephyrCraft. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be sure to bring you some more content soon. Bye!